Good afternoon to all of you. So, I think I am audible to all of you, and today we are going to have our class of web technology. In our last class, we are discussing about the XML topic. Now, we will find with the continuation of the previous classes. Uh, the XML that we have talked about, that it is a document type that stores the information about the data, the information. Now, here is a part of DTD. The thing DTD. DTD is document type and definition. Document type definition. So DTD is for document type definition. The purpose of a DTD is to define the illegal building blocks of an XML document. So here the purpose of data type document type definition. Here the purpose of document type definition is to define the legal building blocks of an XML document. So whatever an XML document is, what is the blocks, how the things is actually the work, the total purpose is by the mentioned by DTD or document type definition. It defines the document structure with a list of legal elements. So this DTD helps us to define the document structure with a list of legal elements. A DTD can be declared in line with your XML document as an external reference. This DTD or document type definition can be declared in line with as a reference also in our XML document. So as we are talking that the part of DTD is that internal DTD. The part is that internal DTD. So what is the internal DTD? So internal DTD is an XML document with a document type definition. With a document type definition. So here we can see a XML document here that 1.0 doc type note element note 2 from heading body. So this is a structure. This is the basic structure of this XML document version of DTD or internal DTD version. We can say that the XML version we have mentioned it 1.0. Then doc type note the element hash element that semicolon is element 2 from the heading body, then element from the PC data, element to PC data and element from the PC data, element heading of the data and element body of the data. So we are mentioning four things here, that the node of 2 from heading and body. 2 means where the data will be represented, from means from where the data is actually coming, and heading, the heading will be there, and the body portion and the body portion. So now here's the thing, that the data. First of all, we have mentioned the structure of the XML document or the DTD with the help of the DTD, where the PC data, form, to and heading and the body. These four things have been mentioned. Now we are putting the data. We are putting the data that in the two section, Ravi, from section Ketan, heading section the reminder. Don't forget me this weekend. So there is a message that Ketan is sending a message to Ravi as a reminder that don't forget me this weekend. So Ketan is trying to send a message to Ravi that don't forget me this week, and as a reminder, as a reminder. So the structure, that first here the element node, and inside the node that to, from, heading and body. To, from, heading and body. To is the person for where the data will be processed. From is the thing that where from where the data is coming. Heading will be the thing by the as a name, and body the message or the information. So this is a simple basic DTD structure. We can see, we can see. Now, DTD is interpreted like this: the hash element node in line 2 defines the element node as having 4 elements. So, in the line 2, there is 4 elements, that is node, to, from, heading and body. These four things have been there. Now, in the line 3 defines the element to be the type of data. Then in the line 4 from element where the data. So each and each line, so the DTD interpreted each of the line from section wise, the thing have been mentioned. So in line 2, 3, 4, whatever the things have been mentioned in the lines as per the thing, that will be interpreted. Now, after this internal DTD, external DTD. In the external DTD, it is also the XML document with an external DTD. The things almost are quite similar, almost are quite similar, but there are some difference. Some basic difference are present in the external DTD. What? The first of all, the things we can see, the process or the heading versions of all of the things are almost same. These are same. Now, the doc type node system node dot DTD. Doc type node system node dot DTD. Sent here the node to Ravi from Narendra, heading the reminder and body. Also the thing is sent, but not system. This is an external where we are creating the thing externally. Didn't write the thing internally there. We have created the thing externally. So whatever the code have been written previously in the inside the document of the internal part, now we have just put that part in an outside document and make it a some file, that is some node.dtd file. So DTD is the extension, data type document or data type documentation. This is the term, some extension. We have make it as an external, and then we are copying the particular file containing the document type definition, combining the document type definition, just copying the file and putting it in our here, putting in a part. So here we can see that we are just putting the particular in the particular part. So XML version and the same, and thus the what things are the structures and the all of the things have been same. All have the same. So we have mentioned the file name, that data.dtd. So we have the file name here. We can see that node.dtd or data.dtd, and putting that value of the node.dtd here. Now, considering the DTD elements, the XML elements are declared with an element declaration, and that has the following syntax. So what is the syntax for this DTD elements? We can see element name and element content. So first of all, the name of the element, then the element content. And if the thing is empty element, if it is an empty element, so empty elements are declared with the keyword empty inside the parenthesis. So if the elements are empty, if the elements are empty, then empty elements are declared with the keyword empty inside the parenthesis. So element img, that is the image, img is for image. So element image for empty. So as it is empty, that's why we have mentioned that it is empty. Elements with data. Elements with data are declared with the data type inside parentheses. Element with data are declared with the data type inside the parentheses. So element, the element name, element, the element name or element PC data, element name of any. So whatever the thing, so whatever the element we want to put, that element data, if it is empty, then we have to mention it empty, and if it is some value or if it has some data we need to write, then that particular data we need to mention the data type inside the parenthesis. So elements with data are declared with the data type inside that parenthesis. So here the C data, first of all we can see with the element name bracket C data. Here the term C data is
means by that the element contains character data that is not supposed to be parsed by a parser. That is not supposed to be parsed by a parser. So C data means that is containing some character. PC data means it is containing or the elements contains the data that is going to be parsed by the parser. So C data means it is containing a data but it is not going to parsed by a parser. But in case of PC data, it is going to parsing by the parser. The keyword any declares that an element with any content. It declares an element with any content. And if the PC data that will be parsing the character data section contains element, this element must also be declared. This element must also be declared. So here the data section contains, if the data section contains the elements, this element must also be declared. These elements must also be declared. So suppose here we can see elements which children have some sequences. That elements with one or more children are defined with the name of children's elements inside the parenthesis. So first of all, we are looking for that elements with children have some sequences. So elements with one or more children, elements with one or more children are defined with the name of children's elements inside the parenthesis. So here we can see that element name, then the bracket child element name. Here inside the parenthesis we are getting the child element name. Otherwise, if there is anything more, the child element name, child element, if there are more than one, then we have to mention every of the term the child element name. An example that elements from node to from heading the body. When these children are declared in a sequence separated by the commas, but in the second line we can see that the children's name have been separated by the commas, the children element name comma, then the second one children element name. I am talking about this part here, that everything have been separated by the comma. So even the children are declared in a sequence separated by the commas, the children must appear in the same sequence in the document. So whatever the sequence we are following, that will be must be displayed and by the following sequence. So in a full direction declaration, the children must also be declared, and the note of the document we have to mention that again two from the heading of the body. So element heading, element two from where the data is coming, from to the data from the where the data is coming, then heading section is there and the body part will be there, the message and the means heading will be there. Then the thing is wrapping. Wrapping, we all know that what is the term wrapping, or wrapping means we need to wrap, means to make it small or to make it close. So wrapping, if the DTD is to be included in your XML source file, it should be wrapped in a doc type definition with the following syntax. So the DTD is to be included, whatever the DTD is to be included in our XML source file, it should be wrapped in a doc type definition with the following syntax. So here we can see again a structural element is present, that documenting the root type element and element declaration, documenting the root type element declaration. আপনি সিগারেট নিলে নিন। So here we can see the root type element of declaration XML source file. It should be wrapped in a doc type definition with the following syntax, that documenting the root type element and element declarations. Example is given here that first of all we need to declare the XML version. First of all we need to write or declare the XML version. XML version. So we can see here XML version is mentioned here, and XML version is mentioned here. Then the doc type nodes, elements nodes to from heading the body, element 2. So these are the basic section we can see, and then after the following section, this is the containing section, and then the later part we are putting the values. So here, so example as the given, that is the note after the note, the to, from, heading and the body. Again, something the person to talk and the journey. So these are the person names and the heading is given and the message is no pass. So these are the section how the data will be there, and in the later part we are seeing that how the data will be parsed, how the data will be parsed there. Declaring only one occurrences of the same element if we are talking about, then we will see that element name with the child name. Example, that element name with the message. So the example declaration above declares that the child element message can only occur one time inside the element, inside the node element. So if the thing is occurring one time, so that's why just only putting the thing only one time, writing the thing one time, then it will be occurs only one time. And declaring minimum one occurrence of the same element, minimum of one occurrence, then we can see the thing has changed slightly, that an addition sign is there and plus sign has been added there. The element name, the plus sign is the example have been added here, that above declares the child element. This plus sign is actually showing or declaring that this the message or the child element message must occur one or more times inside the element. So minimum it can be occur one, and also it can be occur more than one time. So if it is occurring one time, then it will not need to add it, mention this addition sign. But if it is need to occur minimum one time and more than one time, then we can add that plus sign here. Due to some network issue, it is getting connected and disconnected. So sorry for this particular problem. Okay. So what we are talking about, that the declaring one minimum of the word or zero or more occurrences of the same element. So here the element name with the child name, here a star sign, or we can see a star sign have been added. A multiplication sign or star sign we can see here have been added. So this particular star sign or this multiplication sign is actually saying that or declaring that the child message, that the child message element can occur zero or more times inside the node element, zero or more times inside the node element. So declaring zero or the one occurrences of the cell element, also we can see that question mark is also present. So this question mark is saying that the child element message can occur or zero or one time inside the node element. So we can also use the star or also the question mark. So this sign and this two particular sign is the example of that declares the child element message can occur zero or more times inside the node element. Now the DTD does have some attributes. The DTD have some attributes. So what are the attributes for this DTD? So attributes provide some extra information about the elements. Attributes provide the extra information about the elements. So this declaring these attributes are placed inside the start tag of the element. So the DTD attributes where the thing is, or the attributes is providing the extra information that are placed inside the start tag of the element, that are placed inside the start tag of the element. Now this declaring this information in a DTD, the XML element attributes, the XML element attributes are declared with an at list, ATT list declaration. ATT list declaration. So an attribute declaration has the following syntaxes. Has the following syntaxes. So what are the syntax we can see for the attributes part? That att list the element name, att list the element name, attribute name, attribute type, and default value. So here we can see from the syntax above. First of all, we need to mention the att list or attribute list. Then the element name attributes, the type default, and the value. So this element which can have the attribute, the name of the attribute, the type of the attribute, the default attribute value they are considering. So here the attribute list have the elements with the name attribute, element type, the type, the default value. So element which can have the attribute, the name of the attribute, the type of the attribute, and the default attribute value, and the default attribute value. So this attribute type can have the following values, can have the following values. So here we can see that what are the values can be added. What are the values can be added here. Okay, so first of all, we can see the C data. We have talked about the C data, that this C data is mentioning about the character type data. So in this type C data, they are the character type the data. They are the character type data. For the second one, that eval or eval thinks that the more value must be an enumerated value id. The value will be an unique id. So whenever we are mentioning the id, so it is an unique id reference. The value is the id of another element, so it is a referencing id where the value is for another element. Id reference are a list of other ids. So here more than one ids, the list is present, so that's why the refs have been added. Name token. The value is a valid XML name. Name token, the value is a valid XML name. The value is a valid XML name. Name tokens. The value is a list of valid XML names. Entity, the value will be an entity. The value will be an entity. Entities, the value is a list of entities. Notation, the value is the name of a notation. And the last XML part, that is the value is predefined. So these are the values we are talking about, that these are the values can be, that these are the values can be added, and what values contain what, or what are the description of each value type, data type. These have been mentioned. These have been mentioned. Now the attribute default value can have the following values. Now we are talking about the attribute defined value, default value. So this default value have the following values. First one, the default value, that is the attribute has a default value required. Required, the attribute value must be included in the element. The attribute value must be included in the element. Implied, the attribute does not have to be included. The attribute does not have to be included. The attribute does not have to be included. Then we can see the implied, that is the attribute does not have to be included. Required, that is attribute value must be included in the element, and the default value, attribute is the default value. Fixed value, the attribute value is fixed. So this type of 4 default value we can see, or we can add. So we can add. Now here attribute declaration example is given, that is the DTD example, where the element square the empty. So we are mentioning that the value of the thing is empty, or the value the thing is empty here. Then the attribute list with squared C data, then the attribute list with the squared C data have been mentioned here. So the part of where the value have been empty with the C data, this is the data, that is the character type data. This is the data with the character type data, with the character type data. Then attribute list the square data with C data with the value 0, with C data with the value 0. C data with the value 0, then the square width of 100, that is in square. So these have been mentioned. So this particular thing or the how the data or attribute declaration example is mentioned here. Attribute declaration example have been mentioned here. Attribute declaration example have been mentioned here. In the above examples, with the element square is defined to be an empty element with the attribute width of C data. So in the above example of the elements, the square that is defined to be an empty element with an empty element of the attributes value with C data. So with attribute has a default value is 0. So here the value after the C data that have been mentioned as 0, that the C data with attribute has a default value of 0, has a default value of 0. Now XML schema. XML schema. So an XML schema describes the structure of an XML document. Describe the structure of an XML document. Describe the structure of an XML document. So XML schema is an XML based alternative to the DTD. So this XML schema is an alternative or XML based alternative of the DTD of this data type documentation. Data type documentation. So this XML schemas language is also referred also to as XML schema definition or XSD or XSD or XSD. So XML schema is a part where it is described as a structure of a XML document. So XML schema is a describing the structure of an XML document. So this schema is an XML based alternative to DTD part, and this XML schema has the value or has the particular thing. Now XSD elements, the schemas find the elements of the XML file. So it will be two types. It will be two types: simple and complex type. Simple and complex type. So what is the particular simple and complex type? In simple elements, we can see that XML element can contain only text. Can contain only text. So this simple element is a simple part that contain only text part. That contain only text part. And it cannot contain any other elements or attributes. It cannot contain any other elements or attributes. So defining a simple element, the syntax for defining this simple element is that the access element name, so element name have been, some value have been added, and in the type some value have been added. So this simple element as an XML element that can contain only text, that can contain only text. It cannot contain any other elements or attributes. So defining a simple element, we can see how to define that. Access the element name, that is the name or the value have been added, then the type that has been added, So where triple A is the name of the element and triple B is the data type of the element. This XML schema has a lot of built-in data. So what are the lot of built-in data types? That is the most common type as that access string, access decimal, access the integer, access the boolean, access the data, and access the time. So these are the simple elements or the lot built-in data type that is present in our XML schema. What are them? Again, I am telling that first one, the access string, access the decimal, access the integer, the boolean, the date, and the time. So here an example is given that it's a last name, the age, and the date of birth. These have been mentioned, and there here the corresponding simple element definition. That element name is that last name. First of all, the value, that is the last name, age, and date of birth. These three type of data have been present. So last name, it is an element name having some string. So type is string. Age, this is the type, this is an element name and it is a type of the integer that is containing some integer value. Date of born, it is containing some date. So that is the type of schema as a data type, that is the date. So as per the data that have been available, we have been mentioning the element definition, or these are the part of the definitions, or these are the element names. So first name, as example, the last name, age and data born. Here the last name is that the is an element name and it is a type of string. Then the age, it is an element name and it is the data type of integer. So last one, the date born, then it is a part of the date. This is a part of that access date. So this is the process, or these are the things. Okay. So this is the part or up to which we are going to talk or discover today. Next, the complex element we will cover up in our next class, because there is some network issue and it is happening and it is connecting and reconnecting again and again. So we will stop here for today and we will continue for the next classes that have been scheduled. And tomorrow morning the class has been suspended because due to the external exam of third semester. You people know that the message have been passed into the group already. One more thing, that write down your names in the chat box if already, and if anyone have missed it, to write it. Then no need to. And one, I am again sharing the QR code into the group. You people need to scan it and give your attendance code. Okay. So those who have been present, only they are requested to scan and scan the QR code, because I am going to check it manually again. And those who is not present in the class and still mark the attendance, they will mark absent later on. Okay. So I am sharing the QR code in the group. Just scan it and give the attendance. Just scan it, give the attendance. 10-minute window for this particular. Okay. So here we are going to stop today. And thank you all for joining into the session. Take care and stay safe in your home. Okay. Thank you all. Do scan the code and give your attendance.